Welcome to the Disconnection Podcast. My name is Ori and I'm here with Ben Harmati, and we're going to be your hosts for today's show. Our guest today is John Mould.
Hello.
John, I'm so stoked to have you here. I know you from William Patterson University.
That's right.
We were doing the media track together.
Mm-hmm.
What was your specific track? Was it media production?
Media production.
Media production.
Probably same as you?
Yeah, also media production, but I did my capstone a little differently. What was your capstone?
It was gravy with cheese.
What's a capstone?
Wait, actually, no, I mean my capstone. It's a film, or it could be. It was pretty open, right? It could be anything.
It could be
Is it like a senior project?
Capstone is senior project.
Gotcha.
And it could.
Yeah.
I've never heard that.
It's supposed to be film, but you can kind of do your own thing if you
do
talk to your
audio
professors.
Project. Yeah. What you did an audio project? Right?
I did an editing project.
Oh, an editing.
I spoke to my professor and I edited 3 films instead of producing one.
That's cool.
So what was your senior project?
It was actually, now that I remember, I had an honors thesis too. So
Oh.
that was gravy with cheese. But that was like the experimental film. The first part I made, that was like the first film I made at William Patterson.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember taking that, and it was just the assignment was a mood piece. So I just picked like an audio thing, and I just made visuals for it. And
Gotcha.
And then I was like, wow, I should expand on this. Like, what is this about? So that, and I don't really know. I don't really know how to describe it besides like surreal.
That's a good way to say it.
Yeah,
Surreal, experimental.
Yeah. It's just it's more of a mood than I think it's saying something, but.
I'll say I watched it. I know you sent us the clip. I was trying to figure it out. I kind of didn't get it, to be honest with you. But you said there's 3 parts to it, actually?
Yeah, I think I mean it's definitely cut into the 3 parts based on the music, right? There's like the beginning, and then there's that middle, like with the child. Did you watch the whole thing?
I kind of like skipped a little.
Yeah, it's okay.
It's intense.
Okay. It's a reach.
The one with it was where the girl like kind of woke up on the floor in the cemetery looking space. Okay.
Yeah.
So pretty tripping balls. Did you produce the music for it?
I did like the sound for all of it, and then that piano piece in the middle is a friend of mine.
Cool.
Matt Calfaro. Yeah.
Cool. I remember when you showed me those pieces when we were in the editing bay at school.
Oh yeah.
I remember seeing these and I was like, damn, dude, like I gotta pick this dude's brain a little bit about this wavelength.
Yeah.
Like, how do you even get into surrealist
I don't know,
abstract?
Man. I don't know. I feel like I don't think anyone intends to go that route. You know what I mean? I feel like
you just end up there.
I feel like you end up there and you're like, why am I here? That's like a.
Well, what was the track that kind of got you there as far as like delving into like experimental surrealist?
I think I think it started with music. The more I got into music, the more I just like got into weirder and weirder stuff.
I was in the editing bay with you at school. You showed me these films. I was like, cool. Like, I can tell this dude's, into this weirder stuff.
Yeah.
I want to explore that more. And then you were like, oh, man, this must have been like 3 years ago. You were like, oh, I just got the footage back from a music festival or like a music event that I put together.
Oh, yeah.
It's called Mad Liberation.
The first year, so my buddy rented out this big, this mansion on like a couple acres of land, upstate New York. Just
Sick.
like a birthday party, like big. He just wanted to have a crazy birthday party, and he was just trying to like get as many people up there as possible. And I was like, and people were like kind of about it, but like they had work and stuff, and I was like, you want to get people, you gotta have some music, you gotta have some entertainment. It's not just like it's cool. I mean, it
is cool to rent a mansion.
It's cool, but
we've done that a couple times.
Yeah, we have.
But I was
That
like
is
trying
cool.
to. I was like, let's take it up a notch. You know what I mean? Let's have a bunch of bands.
And this was like from a entertainment aspect, right?
Yeah.
And that's like how you birthed the idea of having these festivals.
It was just the air, like the house was in the perfect like space. It's right by Hunter Mountain.
Oh, cool. Okay.
It's just
seems familiar, Ben. We were just there.
It's funny. We rent out the house like almost every year in like upstate New York.
Yeah, Hunter Mountain.
Ton
really
of people.
close to
Yeah,
Hunter
really
Mountain.
close.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. And usually just fill it up with people and just party, but we don't have like live entertainment, which is definitely taking it to the next
Yeah.
way.
That's the thing, the way to do it.
Was that called Mad Liberation?
No, so the first one, like, he was like semi not about it. He was just trying to have a big party. But I ended up bringing up a drum set and playing, and we just played and we were just jamming, and it was a good time. And then it was like I was like sold on the idea, and I was like, let's rent this place out again. Like let's have this, like let's make it music festival, because
Gotcha.
I love music festivals,
Mm.
So I
always year 2.
Yeah. So it's technically year 1, because the first one was like it wasn't called Mad Liberation.
Gotcha.
Or was it like considered that at all? It was literally just me and like a couple other guys jamming.
Gotcha. So proto Mad Lib.
But it gave me the idea.
Yeah.
Right. And how did it evolve into what it's been?
So then I met Kalani Maxon. I don't know if you guys know. Of course, you don't know Kalani?
I think I've met Kalani
Dreads.
at school. Yeah. At school I met Kalani.
Yeah. Strangely enough, I met him through Gravy with Cheese. I was editing that.
Yeah.
I like edited that first part. I edited it all in one day. I just like shot it in the morning and then like went to the editing room and sat there for like 10 hours and just knocked the whole thing out. And Kalani was working the window, so he came.
That's how I know him.
Yeah. That's this. So he came over and he was like, "What?" He's like, "What have you been doing? Man? You've been here all day."
Yeah.
He's like, "You gotta eat something? Like, what the hell are you doing?"
So it's a running theme that you don't like to eat.
Yeah. No, I mean, I do. I just
just working hard. No, I'm just
working hard.
Just teasing.
I was already late here, man. I gotta just get there. So I was up late last night, but Kalani came through and he watched it. He was like, "Wow." He's like, "Wow, that's ridiculous." And like instantly, I was like, I don't know what we were talking, and then I don't know. Immediately, I must have been just like ranting at him, and I just started talking about wanting to throw this music festival, and Kalani was like instantly about the idea. He was like first moment I met him, he was down. He was like, "Let's do it."
So he's like your partner in this.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah. We have 5 partners.
So like, what kind of numbers are you like? Is this a big festival? You're getting thousands of people, hundreds of people.
It would be like 500 people.
Okay.
This year, yeah.
This year's gonna be really.
It's
like the first
I'm glad,
big year.
I'm glad you're covered, man. I'm
stuck. The boys invited me and. I was like, you know what? This would be a perfect year to go because this year is actually in the Pine Barrens. You know the Pine Barrens, right? It's the.
I don't know anything past North Jersey. Like I think that's pretty normal for most Jersey people.
It's the part of South Jersey where the story of the New Jersey Devil comes from.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Like where the woods
I used to
are
read
so
those
dense.
weird New Jersey books.
Yeah. It's where the woods are so dense and everything's like so dense that the fucking New Jersey Devil.
It's like 50 miles of just pine trees.
Just pines.
Oh, that's fucking awesome. Yeah. Scary, but awesome.
So if you drive down the road if you drive from, I've done this before. That's why I know from Trenton to Atlantic City at 2 a.m.
Yeah.
There's only one road that you can fucking take, and it takes you through the Pine Barrens.
Yeah,
and that road is the scariest road that you will ever drive on.
Is that where Gravity Road is, where you're supposed to be able to like put your car and it goes uphill? You know what I'm talking about?
That's
maybe
Weird New Jersey, right?
Yeah.
I think
9 out of like the 10 things that come out of Weird New Jersey are in the Pine Barrens, and then the one other one is the one we have here in Alpine at the Lookout.
Right, we have the Devil's Tower.
Yeah.
Oh, you been there?
That's right here, dude.
Yeah, dude, it's real close.
It's right here.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, you drive around backwards 6 times, and like the devil's supposed to appear.
Yeah,
on like Halloween where you're tripping.
No. You drive around 6 times backwards, and then you take a photo in the rear view mirror.
Oh, and he shows
then everyone's eyes are like all red, and like there's a devil like in the car.
Yeah.
You gotta play The Conjuring by Megadeth. And,
how did you decide on the Pine Barrens? Like,
everything about the spot is really cool. It's I was looking. So we threw the festival in Upstate New York. It was awesome. I would do that every year if I could because it's like really cheap, and a lot of people were down. I mean, we had like 150, 200 people.
That's a lot of people for a house.
Yeah, for a house, exactly. Yeah. That's a lot of people. It was really wild. It was so we did a Monday, Tuesday.
Oh wow!
Strangely,
whoa.
Yeah, we did
even more strange.
We were like, there was like a festival happening up there, and we were like, oh, let's get people from the festival to come out. Like it will be an after party thing, and like that just didn't happen at all. It turned out that the festival was like we just didn't look at that, so we were like, oh, we got Monday, Tuesday.
And the crowds of people that you were getting in, was it like groups of friends that you knew, and just like friends of friends coming in?
I mean, I guess it was like Kalani's network and people that we knew, and
just kind of spread the word.
That, yeah.
But you would say it was mostly already people that you knew, as opposed to like people who were traveling out of state to come, right?
Definitely, like everybody knew everybody,
cool.
right? Well, or actually Willie P, honestly.
Yeah,
they're all like from Willie P, you know what I mean?
I know what you mean.
Right on.
But anyway, it was great, except like there's a lot of things that went wrong straight off the bat. It was like the place was a prom house, so there was a prom weekend, there's a prom house weekend
right before,
and they were like totally over. They were like they really. Obviously, the guy, I first met this guy, he thought there was only 15 people coming. Like, we didn't tell him we were doing this whole thing, of course. You know?
Of course.
And the more people we said were coming, the more they charged. So we were just like, all right, if we could have like 100 people, we might as well just say the minimum amount of people. Mm-hmm. And it was like, and I thought there was no houses around. There was like 2 neighbors, like far off, like farmhouses.
Right.
And then we're in this valley, but it turned out there's a whole community, like there's like a little river behind the house. It turned out there was a whole community.
Like a bunch of gnomes lived back there.
Yeah, like people who like live
under
there.
the bridge.
Yeah, who live there just because it's quiet, and that's like.
And then you guys come in.
Yeah. So
with a whole festival.
Did they give you a hard time?
Yeah. Well, it worked out with the prom weekend, because. So they like were totally awful people, whoever they were. I think they were from Ramapo High School or something like that. Actually, I remember he was telling me. When I first met the guy. But we got there, and he was like, we got there first thing in the morning. He was like, the prom group trashed the house.
Of course they did.
Yeah.
What else do you
do? They broke like over the top though. They broke windows.
Oh, dicks.
They like.
What else do you do on prom?
Yeah.
Like, fucking trash the place.
Breaking windows.
They took. Yeah, they were over the top though. These kids, they took a shit on the bench outside.
Oh, man.
And they took a picture of it and emailed it to the owner.
Oh man,
what?
Yeah, the fuck. Honestly,
I was like,
and they like douchebaggery.
They purposely
real bad.
Like just took boxes of cereal.
That is the most high school thing I have ever heard.
That's not amazing. That we weren't assholes during prom weekend.
But I know. Me too. But like that was like I was like, wow.
We didn't shit. Alan pissed on the lady
was me,
that
by accident.
Oh, that was you. You pissed on the lady that was housing us.
Yeah, we were
accidentally. That's a whole other story. That's a whole other story.
Terrible.
I think we've
like
actually
400-pound like angry lesbian woman, which is fine, whatever. But just fucking very scary. She was like tough, you know what I mean? And she was charging at me like a bull. I hid in a shower.
Dude, it was fucking
scared for my life. My friend traded a bicycle. He went on the boardwalk to let me stay.
I won the bicycle.
Oh, you won the bicycle.
I won the bicycle on the boardwalk. And
Alan
bartered
gave it
to her, so she wouldn't literally throw us out of the motel that we were staying at.
I didn't mean to piss on her head, for the record. She just walked into my stream somehow.
Man. But damn, dude, so they trashed the place. That went wrong. There's a community behind you. That goes wrong.
Yeah. So we got there. We got there, and he was like, you guys, like, I'm so sorry. Like, this house is trash. I'm gonna bring you to another one of my properties. You know, he owned a bunch. And I needed this property because I was having these people camp out. So I was like, what?
You need the land,
right? You had your image.
I was like, we can't change the property like the morning of. I mean, maybe if it was like good, but then he takes me to this house that's like on the main road, like
right
on the main road, and there's like no lawn. There's like a small lawn, small house. Like I was like,
not happening.
No, and I had to be like, oh, look, this is great. Like, thank you so much, but we're looking at like 30 people, and he was like. He was like, oh, so upset, you know what I mean? And then he was like, oh, well, forget it. And I was like, we're just gonna help you clean the other place. But so we just went to town just because they tracked mud all over the house too.
Holy shit!
But it worked out for us because then we had all these people and like we, you know, the cops. There's only state troopers up there. But it was like instantly like everybody started camping out. Like I had to make sure nobody showed up while he was still there, which was hard. Yeah. It's like we were cleaning the place out. It took a while. So it was like, nobody come yet, come yet. You know what I mean? And then people started showing up. So then he left. Everything was cool. And we had a bunch of people camping out. And this lady pulled up who apparently is the lady who lives across. She pulled up and she was like, what's his name? Vasily, I think was the name of the guy who owned the property. He was like, does he know we got people camping out? And I was like, of course. And like I tried to introduce myself. I was gonna give her my number to be like, hey, call me if you want things to. But she was just like, I like stepped my hand down and she was like, music stops at 8 p.m.
Whoa.
You know what I mean?
What?
Just like pulls off. You know what I mean? I was like, oh, we're gonna have some trouble
genuine
now.
cuntiness right there. Yeah.
Yeah, we're done for.
So what happened? You guys made it through the night?
We made it. The cops came for the first time, like, which are state troopers, because there's no town cops. They came at like 3 a.m.
Okay.
Right when the music stopped, so everything was cool. But then the second day, we started right back up at like 11 a.m. and we went all day.
Yeah, fuck
and
yeah.
they came 6 times all together.
Wow.
In the course of like a night and 2
What,
nights.
just to tell you to
They were just because they kept on getting calls.
Yeah.
And I guess people were concerned. I mean, it was probably just that lady. It seemed like the last time they came was they were just like coming to tell us like what's going on, and our thing was we were throwing an engagement party for a friend.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah. And they're like, oh, we're having this big engagement party. You know?
I mean, in the end of the
Gonna
day,
hate on
these
that.
are like this is just a music festival of mostly students
Yeah.
getting together to have a couple of drinks, smoke some weed, listen to music.
Yeah.
Like this isn't.
Yeah.
What about,
you
like,
guys aren't like
ketamine?
raging. And honestly,
Yeah.
it seems like the high schoolers raged harder.
Yeah.
And, like, were more destructive.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sound like they were dicks, honestly.
So you
Yeah.
you had people camping out. So this
Yeah.
is like a camping community. Like is
Yeah.
this like a festival community?
Yeah. That was. I mean, it's not a big. I mean, we had the house was packed too,
Mhm.
but of course.
Were these like proto wooks or like making it like real wooks?
I mean, nah. We don't. I don't have wooks. Proto wooks. What was the other wook?
I said real wooks.
Real
wooks,
yeah.
oh,
But
yeah.
proto wook. I just like
Proto
pre
wooks.
wooks.
I mean, there's really minimal wooks at the festival. I'd say.
Okay.
It's not really wook. It's not like I feel like just the music. I don't know what it is, but the wooks. Just, I don't know. We haven't really attracted too many wooks.
It's not their
There's
style,
always
exactly.
wooks.
Gotcha.
Where do you draw the line? Like how does it?
Like how like when do I say no more wooks?
Where does a festy go from being a fest head to
Yeah.
like being full blown wook?
Yeah.
Like when,
I don't know. It's
How far down the K
when
hole do you
when
need to go?
Oh, true.
Yeah.
You know?
I don't know. You can tell. You can tell when it's
Yeah.
a wook, right?
yeah, yeah.
I feel like it's no question.
No, I
It's like,
kind of know what you mean.
you know.
Yeah.
It's like,
But you were also like, all right, like we're gonna stop. We're gonna stop it here.
I don't know. I don't know. We haven't like attracted the wooks. There was more last year, of course, but I mean, no, they're there. No, there's wooks.
Yeah, but that's their own.
Yeah,
that's
fine.
another sub community within
Yeah.
the festy
Sure.
community. Like I feel like Johnny, tell me, can you have one without the other? Like
like wooks and a festival.
separate from a festival, or do they
Um,
only like come out of the shadows? Like
Well, here's the thing: camping festivals, right? That's
tell me.
I would. I mean, it's separate than just festivals in general. I feel like, right? Like the camping festival music industry. That's the wooks.
Right.
Right.
I feel like you have like those festivals where you gotta leave. Yeah, then the wooks don't really come out to those
Mhm.
ones. So
They need a nest, right?
yeah.
You know, those dreadlocks got to form
But-
somewhere.
Yes, if you have a camping festival, there will be wooks. I don't think you can separate it. In America, it's like
By the way, no offense to wooks. This isn't like
Yeah.
the wook hate hour.
no. It's just we're just examining.
Yeah,
Yeah,
this is an
exactly.
examination. It's an examination of because I wanted to talk about the subculture. I want to talk
Yeah.
about
Mhm.
like how do you get people down to the woods? Like how do you
Yeah.
get people like how do you get bands to bring all their equipment? How do you get people to sign off on this?
It's amazing that so many people are down. Especially because the Pine Barrens are like it's like an hour and a half.
yeah, man.
It's like from here, and it's uncharted territory for you don't even know what it is. A lot of
Right.
people are like, "What is that?" I don't know. You know what I mean?
So the first year was at the mansion.
Yeah.
Second year, you
So-
learned your lesson.
So no, I totally wanted to go back. All right. So I mean, all right. Let me finish first year. The last time the cops came, this band Disposable. They're like they're like surf punk. He plays an electric
Sick.
ukulele.
Okay. That's
like
new.
really little tiny little Asian dude, like a really cute little like chubby Asian dude who's got great energy, man. He's
Fuck
he's
yeah.
awesome. He's the coolest guy ever. Great band, New Jersey band, Disposable. But yeah, he made like a DIY flamethrower attachment to his.
Oh my god.
his ukulele.
Dude, that is the sickest thing I've ever
Yeah,
heard.
And he like
Holy.
hits it. It's cool. It's cool.
It's like That's like black and white. Like it's like a ukulele, tiny, unthreatening.
I've never
ukulele.
even heard of anything that cool. Honestly,
it's
that's
a
so
tiny,
fucking far out.
unthreatening ukulele,
yeah.
and then a flamethrower. Like
I love that.
I keep on forgetting. Like, there's so many. The first year was very eventful. Let me just take it back a little bit. This guy
Sure.
like, broke his leg in half. This old guy, like one of the only old people there, like, and he wasn't even doing anything. You know,
God.
he just stood. He was sitting in a chair all morning. We had this band, Public Warfare. I don't know if you heard of them, but they're like rap group, like East Orange. They like light their pants on fire. They're like super aggressive, but I think
Hardcore.
They-
Are they playing this year? And
yeah,
can I see them?
yeah. They've been a staple ever since. I had them. They just like hopped on last minute. I had them open up at like 11 a.m. And it's just like everyone waking up to like warfare. You know?
So hardcore, like.
Yeah.
Fuck
Definitely.
yeah.
But I think this old guy was just like, cause he helped out bring the sound and stuff. He had like a band. Like, it's like a dead cover band. He just wanted to play, even though, you know, I'm surprised that he was down for like this festival.
He
with a
didn't know
bunch
what
of
he was getting
Yeah, he had
into.
no idea. Yeah, he was just like, I'll give you free sound if you let my band have prime time. You know what I mean?
What?
Yeah. And I was like, all right, like done deal. You know? And boy, he was just sitting in his chair all morning, and he got out maybe like around 1 or 2 p.m. And apparently he just stood up and he just fell over, and like they were like, hey, this man like he broke his ankle, like, and I was like, oh okay.
Yeah,
like,
tell me about medical stuff on site. Like, was that?
I mean, there wasn't the first year, you know what I mean? It was just a party at a mansion, you know what I mean? I wasn't like, we weren't really worried about that, which of course we are now, you know. Now we are, but I wasn't thinking about that at all, you know. I was figuring everybody.
Like, you guys have liability issues now.
Yeah, we do, because it's like a company.
So the mansion was just trial by fire,
Yeah,
right? Like
absolutely.
trial by fire, just straight
Just
up
having
like
a party.
And it's just like I just found out, like, oh wow, I had to worry about this, like, you know what I mean? This guy didn't even. Man, and they were like, he broke his ankle. I was like, oh, it can't be that bad. And then I went over to him, and it was like yes, his ankle, like his like what is it? Like
Shin.
Yeah, the shin was pretty much just like half. Like the
Oh my
the bone wasn't like it wasn't like sticking
Brutal.
out, but like
You
not
could
like
see it,
not
like-
through the skin, but like his leg was like in half, and I was like, oh, I was like, whoa, you know, and it's
Yeah,
like
that's
you know,
brutal.
That's
he
hard.
was like,
yeah.
I was just like, the first thing I was thinking, like, ice, you know what I mean?
Just gotta get some ice.
I was like,
What
and
else
I have no
can you
idea.
do?
I
What else
go
can you
grab
do?
ice, and I try to like put it on, and he's like, ah, you know, I was like, oh,
Oh
this-
my
I
god.
was like, wow, this is dumb. I was like, wow. But I fell off topic because remember I was talking about the flamethrower ukulele?
Definitely.
Oh my god, yeah, dude, there's
Yeah.
so much happened in the first day. I thought this was like all during like a 2-day period, but this is all
Well,
like
oh,
one.
it is. Yeah, no, this is.
Okay.
Yes, this
I'm
is
like,
like.
holy
so there's
shit,
like
dude, what the fuck?
Yeah.
It's like we did the first night, and now we're in the second day, and we made it through the whole day, and then the last band to play outside at least was the flaming ukulele guy.
Cool.
So, but then the cops come 4 times throughout the day, and then I gave him permission to set off a bunch of fireworks with the flaming ukulele. So he.
I mean, why wouldn't you?
Yeah, it's like he was like, oh, at
What
this
else
point,
makes
at
sense,
this
yeah.
point, whatever, you know what I mean? So he like took the flaming ukulele, he like, so he lit off a bunch of fireworks, and then the cops came back again, and then they were really pissed off, and then it was like we had to cut the music, and they were like, hey, like if you guys start playing again, like everybody's getting citations or whatever.
Ooh.
And like I don't think they knew how many people were there. I don't think they knew what was going on really. So it was like, so the cop was waiting for us to see if we would start back up. So I was really I really wanted to continue to make the music happen. So I ran up the road to the cop. I was like barefoot. I had this like cowboy hat on, and I was like, you know, I was like fully loaded. You know what I mean? I was gonna, and my plan was gonna be like, look, it's my buddy's getting engaged. Like, you know, this only happens once. You know what I mean? And I ran up to the car, and I knocked on the window, and like the cop like did not see me coming, and he looked up, and he freaked out, man, and he like skid off. And it
Oh my
he just booked it. I was like, oh my god. I was like, oh.
Like you literally scared the shit out of him.
Yeah, I literally
Holy
scared him.
fuck.
Like, I was like, like that was bad move.
Yeah.
And I went back and I was like, all right, we gonna cut for now.
Oh man.
I was like, all right, I think it's time we.
Did he come back after?
No,
seeing
Yeah,
it?
what
they
happened?
did not come back.
Wow.
And we
Scared
continued
off a
music. We stopped for like an hour and then we started up again, like
If
inside
anything,
the
you
house.
just kind of scared the cop away, and then
Yeah,
you
I
were able to
think
play
they were like, let's
music.
not go with this.
So funny.
But yes,
Holy
that
shit.
then at the end of that, then I was like, wow, this is amazing. You know what I mean? The energy was just great, you know, and we had this like a community of people. So I was like, and we were all wanting to do it again. So, you know.
Sure.
All right, so that sounds like it was a super exciting year, and then did you right away were like then like a few weeks later, or X amount of time later, you were like, I kind of want to make this into something more legit.
Yeah.
And like, how did it gain more roots? Like, as
I don't remember like exactly like what we were like. Let's like take this, but I think we were all just like let's do something bigger with this, you know.
And you were also in school at the time, too.
Yeah.
So, like, you had other priorities.
Yeah. But I was definitely like very ambitious about the festival, even though I was had other, you know what I mean.
right.
It's definitely like my focus. After that, I was like, oh, I want to make this like so much bigger, you know what I mean. But I was down to do it at the same place. It's just, you know, I talked to the owner of that place
For year 2.
For year 2, yeah, and he was just pretty much like, it's crazy because he knew about it afterwards. He was like, "Oh, we found out, like you know," and we pretty much found out we'd throw a music festival, and he was like, "Oh, well, like that's cool, like as long as no one got hurt." Or
At least
anything."
he was a nice guy.
Yeah.
He didn't hear about the old guy.
I was just
Yeah.
only one snapped leg.
Yeah, and well, because we helped him clean, like we were respectful afterwards. You know,
You
what I
didn't
mean?
shit on
Even-
a bench and send him a picture?
It's like exactly.
You know what? The prom people actually made you look much better.
Exactly,
in
yeah,
comparison, so
exactly.
it worked out.
Because
Yeah.
they broke windows. It's like you can be so reckless and like stupid, but if
Right.
you just like afterwards, you're just like willing to help clean up,
Have
right?
A little love and respect. Huh?
And be like little like we're sorry we did this. You know, it's like it goes a long way. You know,
Sure.
Like
Did you know you wanted to keep the music the same? Not the same, but have similar sound?
for the next year.
Yeah.
For me, I like music festivals a lot, but I feel like it's like a lot of it's just that hippie jam band. You know, it's what the Wooks love. You know.
Sure.
Elaborate, actually.
Oh,
what
well,
do you mean?
Have you been to any camping festivals?
Yeah. But like, what do you mean? Like, it's only jam bands?
I mean, I feel like that dominates like the camping festival industry.
Oh, genre-wise,
Yeah,
yeah.
you know, it's all kind of the same.
And that was what for you? Bland?
For
Or-
me, I love camping festivals, but yeah, it gets old pretty quick. You know,
Mhm.
the same, you know, noodling. You know, it's
Yes,
cool.
yeah.
It's cool,
Yeah.
but like, you know, there's got to be more to it. You know what I mean? But like, there's so much music. It's just like.
So what did you want to bring to it that would be different?
I mean, I wanted to bring more alternative music, I guess. You know, like punk music. So that's the, you know, when you get camping festival with punk music, you know,
Yeah.
Sure.
and jazz too, R&B,
Yeah,
soul.
You know,
hip
you know
hop.
what? I never see jazz at these festivals, and I
Yeah.
feel like that is something that would be
Yeah,
fucking cool.
there's
to
jazz
sing.
festivals.
There's jazz
Sure,
festivals.
okay.
Yeah,
but
they
like,
stick
are
to
those
their own-
camping? I don't know. I
Not
mean,
really.
Yeah,
no.
not usually not. Then I feel
Different
like
kind of like people. Also,
yeah,
it feels
exactly.
like,
Yeah. And like, you know,
When I think of a jazz festival, I think of like the Newport Jazz Festival, where it's like
Yeah.
on the water.
Mhm.
There are yachts pulling up. There's like
yeah.
rosé vendors.
Yeah, that's what I'm
saying.
saying.
That's
It's a
cool.
very
like,
different crowd.
gowns.
though.
But it's like 10
You know,
a.m. to like
that's,
4
dude, that's
p.m.
for like old people. you
That's
know
what I mean. It's
Yeah.
a very different crowd. You want like a
Yeah,
contemporary like
jazz
sort of
is
thing
cool
going on.
still. It's
it is. It
There's
is,
cool
sure.
things happening. You know.
There's a lot of young people doing really cool
Yeah,
shit with
man.
jazz, like
Sure.
really
yeah,
experimental
like,
things.
Yeah. Like last night, man, I said Black Dynamite. But you
Oh yeah,
what-
I do. Yeah, I do know Black Dynamite. Yeah.
Yeah.
And so you wanted to bring more alternative music to the festival. Keep it
Yeah.
alternative.
Yeah,
keep it weird.
I mean, I want to just like do what like the other festivals aren't doing, you know? Just because for me, I felt like I loved going to festivals. I went to a lot of festivals and I kind of got bored of the same, you know, the same lineups because it attracts the Wooks, and the Wooks are like living at these festivals.
Right.
So that if you have like
oh, for sure. There are like communities.
Yeah,
They're
yeah.
Like,
So like they just see an artist and they're like, more Wooks will be there. You know what I mean? It's like
My people.
Yeah, that's how it works, you know?
Right.
And what else did you feel like you had to make different? Like you knew you had to like make it different. What else
For me,
other than the music?
Oh yeah, I mean, for me, I like to have music. Like I want to have like different options. I want to put on more like.
So do you have multiple bands playing like this year at once, sort of thing?
Yeah.
Oh, there are multiple stages.
Yeah,
Yeah,
multiple
cool.
stages, just to have people, so you can kind of wander. You know what I mean? And like I feel like no matter what, like I'll have like the main lineup I want. I still want to bring in like local acts, just to like kind of pop up and play wherever. You know what I mean? So you can
Definitely.
kind of just surrounded by music. You can wander and you'll experience different things that like there's just different things happening everywhere. You know?
So
Year 2 was in the Pine Barrens.
In the Pine Barrens, yeah.
you said earlier that you like didn't pay your bands originally. Now are you able to pay your bands? Or is it
Yeah, I
people
mean
just
not
coming
all of
for
them,
exposure?
definitely not.
Yeah.
You know, still like 90% of them are like just coming out. And,
But you get some like bigger acts that you obviously need to throw
so
some
we
money
try
towards.
to. I mean, because it's in the middle of the Pine Barrens, so we got to get people to come out somehow.
Right.
So
Yeah.
we try. We try to pick a couple acts that are like we'll lead this thing. You
Oh,
know,
So
the
what are you going to be
headliners.
doing? What are you going to be doing this year specifically?
What do you mean?
Like when you're there this year, like,
like
what?
me?
Yeah, what are you specifically
Oh,
going to be doing around
Fucking
the festival?
partying, dude.
I enjoy myself.
Yeah. Because
Yeah.
when I put together events, I'm in work mode.
Yeah.
I don't like hang out with people when I'm
Oh, yeah,
putting
yeah.
together an event. I'm not Ori, Mr. Manager. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah,
I'm
man.
very much like in that mode. So
Yeah.
you're actually letting loose.
Yeah, definitely.
You said there were 5 other people with you. Are they kind of
Yeah.
pulling some strings
Yeah,
during
so like
stuff?
we got 2 guys doing like site operations. Like I pretty much set it all up. I work hard to
You're the
make
producer.
Mhm.
I do, yeah. And then when it happens, I'm like, you guys fucking handle the boat. I'm gonna fucking
sounds
enjoy
like a good
myself.
See, that
It's the-
sounds like the real lesson that you learned from this whole ordeal. Is that you put it together, and when you
Yeah.
get there, you want to just have fun.
yeah. I mean, of course, I got to do things because, like, people come to me looking for money. So I have to be like, I had to be on top of that. I had to make sure people who we said are getting paid are getting paid.
Yeah, but did you study any kind of like business management or like
No,
financial
I'm an
management
awful
stuff?
businessman.
So
Honestly,
this is like-
honestly, I'm bad. But I mean, that's why I have these other people with me.
For sure.
They study business, and you know what I mean. I'm not a good businessman.
You want to tell us their names? Give a little shout out. Give a shout out to your boys.
Yeah, so it's Peter Celentano, Michael Zakwitz, Kalani Maxon, and Nick. Damn, I don't know how to say his last name. He's a new guy.
Nick the new guy.
Nick the new
Nick the
guy, not
intern.
bad. So
Yeah.
I'm sure you guys have like ambitions for what you want this festival to be like. What's
Yeah.
what's the ideal growth for this?
Man, well, I really want to take it up a notch next year.
In what kind of sense?
Like just take our budget from like increase it by like 1,000%. You know what I mean? Like,
And do you have like ideas of how you're gonna go about doing that?
yeah. They're probably not good ideas.
That's
but,
fine.
Yeah.
Ideas are
like
ideas.
personal loans.
Gotcha. Gotcha.
Like
Whatever you got to do, sort of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, because the ticket price alone doesn't pay
No.
for it. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, not for nothing. The
I mean,
tickets
if we
this
had
year-
like 1,500 people, we'd be good. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? But 500 people, it's like
it's
when
still a lot.
When you see the space,
Yeah.
you'll see. It's like this is a place that can hold like 5,000 people.
If you could
Cool.
have 3, give me your top 3 artists that you want to play.
Ooh.
What are like the top 3 artists that you want to play?
You know what? Yeah. I've been thinking about a few that are like top notch that I've
Yeah, what are like the top ones?
So definitely Death Grips is gonna be holding down the I don't know if you're a fan.
Yeah, I know Death Grips.
Yeah, holding down like the aggressive. So I split up into 2 days is what I try to do, kind of. I did one day it's gonna be smooth, like R&B, soul, hip hop, all just smooth music
A
in
little
general.
cooler, a little more mellow.
Yeah, and then the second day is just like aggressive, hardcore punk.
Word.
Throwing up the horns.
Just add any genre, but it's just the energy is way up.
Ben, you gotta come this year. You should come this
Sounds
year, man.
intense,
come.
man.
You should
Sounds
come.
fucking
You should come
intense.
weekend.
I haven't done a
There's some
festival
cool,
in
we
a
got
while.
some cool stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you guys get vendors in there as well?
Yeah. We have people, like a lot of just people selling art and stuff.
Cool.
But food, yeah.
Yeah, food. I
Yeah,
feel like
tell me more
food's like a
about-
big move there, like
tell
the
me more about the
logistics
food.
of that kind of stuff.
Well, so so there's gonna be like big ass grease truck,
Hell yeah.
grilling. There'll be a vegan vendor.
There you go. Vegan options are necessary.
There'll be a couple snack vendors. I think people sell mac and cheese, gourmet mac and cheese, stuff like that.
Nice.
I think we're gonna get an ice cream vendor too. I'm working on that.
And what's like the logistics
coffee.
of that? Do they coffee is necessary too at those places?
Yeah, what are the
do these guys like? Are they paying you to be on your
they pay.
grounds?
So I kind of limit how many food vendors there are, so
Sure.
they get enough business.
That's good. That's smart.
Yeah.
What are some things? What are some like crash course things you could tell someone? Let's say someone's listening to this podcast right now and they're like, you know what? I think I'm gonna go.
Yeah.
What are some things they should know
Oh, about coming.
about coming?
Bring a tent. You'd be surprised, man. People are like, oh,
Just sleep on the grass.
yeah, yeah. Like, a lot of people have it. Like people, I mean, I'll help you set up your tent if you need help.
Sure.
We'll be here. Let me know. You'd be surprised how many people don't know how to set up tents.
I'm not surprised. I don't
Not
know how to set
surprised,
up
yeah.
a tent.
Oh, yeah.
I went camping like a year and a half ago and it didn't go so well as
yeah.
far as me setting up my own tent. But it was a great
It's
time.
not difficult, man.
No, it's not. I'm just retarded.
No, you know what? No. You know what? First time is hard.
So
But
bring
you
a
learn.
tent.
Bring a tent.
We'll help you set it up.
bring
There's
s-
gonna be food.
Be ready for some rain. It's in the
Oh,
Pine
yeah.
Barrens, so I don't know if you're familiar with the weather down the shore, but it will be beautiful. And then it's like you get hit with a crazy thunderstorm for like a half hour, and then it's beautiful again.
And then it turns
That
into
stuff
like
happens.
a mud fest.
Yeah, well, it's like sand, so it really doesn't get too muddy.
Okay.
That's cool.
We had a huge thunderstorm last year that rolled through for like an hour, and it was like pouring, like really, and it was cool. It was cool.
But it was cool.
I mean, like like it was.
Yeah,
It
you
didn't
cool
like
down a
ruin
little
it.
bit. Yeah, you've been dancing all day.
Yeah,
a little
yeah.
water.
It did. Yeah,
What's
it
wrong
was.
with
If
that?
anything, it was. I had this like bluegrass band, and there's like this big awning, and they just started playing acoustic like under the awning. Everybody was like hiding out from the rain.
Oh,
and
that's
it was
sweet.
Sweet. It was really cool. Bluegrass like acoustic is.
Sounds like a
when you
cool
hear
It
moment.
is.
Plus,
It's all.
yeah.
It's like it is acoustic. So like when you're in a really intimate setting, it's the coolest thing.
What do you want to do as far as like event organization goes? Because this
Yeah.
is now your third official, but fourth kind of like unofficial
Yeah.
year, right? Like,
yeah.
and you've been getting people together, getting
Yeah.
musicians, people, food, you
Yeah.
know, talking to people. Do you want to continue to do this like more professionally?
Yeah, so that's like where I really want to take it up a notch where like we could really, start making money so I could pay people, you know what I mean? I want to make sure the people that I love putting on could get paid, It could be more professional, you know what I
Sure.
mean?
So this is something that you want to pursue as like a full-time thing during?
Yeah, I mean, it will it takes a lot of time to put it all
I can
together,
imagine. Is this your only job right now? Like,
No, I mean,
Like, what are you
I do
doing?
like random odd end things, but I'm
Odd
just
jobs.
I'm making money to pay for the festival,
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
Sure.
so
So
it's like
it's all
so
working towards this goal.
Yeah, yeah.
What's
I'm
another
pretty
festival?
focused.
What's another festival
Good.
that you like would want Mad Lib to be like?
Oh well, you know what inspired it? There's this festival called All Tomorrow's Parties. It's not happening anymore, but
You're
so-
bringing it back.
so let's not be like that, I guess.
Right.
You went to that festival?
I didn't go to it. No, there's this documentary out about it that I watched.
When and where is it from? The festival itself, not the documentary.
It moved a little bit, but it started in Britain, in the UK. What's that band? That band, Bella and Sebastian, started the festival, and then like these other guys picked it up, and it's different than my festival, but it's like pretty much, they picked one band, and then they let that one band, like the headliner, curate the whole lineup, like so.
Oh, cool.
So it's like if you love this band, then that band like is picking all the music they love. So like
That's a real
it's
cool
like
idea.
you're kind of like checking out everything they listen to. So, and it was kind of it's like could be anything. So it's
Oh,
cool.
Mixed bag.
Yeah.
So this is like Mad Lib really is like a
Yeah.
dive into John Mould's brain. It's like
yeah, I guess to a degree. Like musically, yeah, I guess.
So people know you, like people.
Yeah.
People at these festivals know you, right?
Yeah. I feel like yeah.
Do you ever think to maybe like display your art at these festivals in a way, or do you display your art in this?
Oh, you mean like the films?
Yeah, like maybe put them on the background while
you know,
bands playing or something.
I meant to like, I really meant to do something like that, like the past year, but
have like a film festival at the festival.
yeah,
like,
just kind of have a part where or just like continuously show films somewhere.
Right.
You know what I
That's
mean?
kind of how I'm seeing it.
Yeah, in the middle of Pine Barrens, where you can kind of just walk in and it will be like a
Yeah.
bunch of films kind of going on a
Be
loop.
sick.
Kind of get, you know, we're definitely.
I mean, bro, it's only June right now.
Yeah, no,
at the time of recording this.
You know how many people? I mean, there's so many people like working the festival who make films, who have films. You know, and it would make sense. We're definitely working. We definitely want to do that.
That could
we
be a
should
cool
do
thing.
that.
Yeah.
It would honestly just be a shame if we don't do that. Honestly,
It sounds like you got to go back to the drawing board. Talk to your
Something to
partners.
work
we've
towards.
talked about this. We have.
Yeah.
We got to do it. I wanted to do it last year, but like it was like everything got so crazy. It was just like I never even got time to like set that up, you know.
So next year, if you do a film festival, how would you make that process? Would you make it like open to everyone? Would you make it submission? Would it be a competition? Would it be a contest?
You know, that's a good question. I feel like I mean, you know, if we're just gonna be, I feel like the way to do it is just to have like a block of films and just kind of like let them play on a
So like
loop.
a showing, like a
Yeah, just kind of so like people could kind of
Sure.
just walk in, walk out whenever they want. I
Mhm.
feel like that would be the mad liberation way to do it. You know?
Yeah.
Did you want to like dig into like the experimental surrealist thing? Like
Yeah, I mean, I'd be about. I feel like that would make most sense if you have it looping. You know?
Definitely.
Yeah.
You know, it might. You know,
Yeah.
I mean, that would make sense, but it doesn't have to be. I guess. You know, could be. But I feel like you have a film with like a plot and all that, you probably want people to
Right. You want people to follow
focus
it.
Yeah.
and like have set times where it starts and ends. You know what I mean?
As opposed to these are kind of just to
Yeah.
invoke emotion in you, like
yeah,
you know,
exactly.
just what you're seeing.
Yeah, so it probably would be surreal. That would make sense. You know?
I got an idea for you. You
Okay.
can steal this idea, and everyone who else is listening to this podcast can steal this idea. You should have people submit films, and those films will be randomly assigned to play behind bands. So make the screening
Ah.
behind the band.
Yeah, that's kind of
And,
what I was
like,
saying.
If you're watching a band,
Oh.
you're also seeing someone's film, but
Yeah.
it's assigned randomly.
Oh, that's cool, man.
That's just
That's
how.
wow,
That's just
that's-
me.
I like that.
That's how
That's
my
cool. That's cool.
yeah.
That's cool.
experimental
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
avant-garde. When I think of
Yeah, if
avant-garde,
we might as well. All you need is a projector. Just
Yeah.
project it behind the
a
band.
projector for
you know?
every stage, and
Yeah.
you're good. A white sheet behind the band.
Yeah,
you're good.
exactly. No, it'd be fucking far out.
Wow. Yeah, that's cool. That's a good idea. Yeah, I might steal that idea.
We'll talk. Let's talk after the show.
That's a good idea.
Looks like you're about to have a sixth partner jump on that liberation.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, man. What So as we come to like the tail end of this episode
Yeah.
of Disconnection, if somebody wanted to put
Yeah.
together their own festival, what's some, let's start
Yeah.
basic. What's some basic advice you would give?
You know, I feel like my first advice is to just do it. You know,
Do it.
Just do it. Just do it. Cause
Yeah.
if you try to like,
We're going full Shia LaBeouf.
if you try to, just do it.
Do it.
Just do it. If you try, I don't know, you know, if you really try to like do it right, it's like, you know, it gets out of your hands so quick. You know what I mean? It's you try to put together something big, it's just like, you know,
Gets bigger than you.
you
in a
try to
way,
like
right?
figure out all these important things, and you're like, if you, it's gonna just, you're gonna blow your brains out. You know what I mean? So
Got it.
it's so
So
stressful.
So just do
You gotta
it.
you gotta like let loose on it. And
Let
just, like,
loose.
let it happen. You
Mhm.
know. But yeah, that would be my first advice. If you really want to do it, just make it happen by any means necessary. You know? That's like, you know. But if you want, yeah. Yeah, that's probably. Well, all right. I guess really things you should know are like nobody wants to insure you.
I did not even think
No,
about that,
no,
dude.
that's-
Oh my
And you
that's
God.
need
yeah.
like if you, I mean, you know, I feel like we started out, it would have been smart to be like, let's have insurance, but like we weren't even thinking about that. We're just throwing a party.
Nobody wants to insure you.
Yeah, but once you try to get insurance, like now, you know what I mean? It's so hard. It's so difficult. It's just like a bunch of like 20 somethings, you know, young 20, you
Right.
know what I mean? In the middle of the woods.
Just
with high risk music, punk music, hip hop.
Wait, did they call it that?
Yeah, punk, hip hop, electronic music is high risk.
No way.
That's crazy because we were just talking how like we think that the punk scenes in recent years they've gotten so much less hardcore than they may have used to been. Like it doesn't feel nearly as high risk as it was. I don't know. I mean, I fucking this maybe is not relevant at all. But last Megadeth show, like I'm starting the mosh pits and it's like little kids around me.
That's
like
funny, man.
Come on,
people
man.
don't mosh anymore, dude.
Like I'm
people
not
don't mosh anymore.
hardcore,
It's different.
Yeah, you go to wrong shows, man.
I guess, yeah.
I went to
What do
Primus.
know?
You know Primus?
Fuck yeah, we know
love
Primus, man. We
What's up,
love
Primus? In Asbury Park.
Right on, man.
Yeah, that was recently.
So was that a fucking nuts show?
People were moshing, yeah.
All right,
people going.
Yeah, but Primus fans are outliers.
Yeah,
They are not
exactly.
the norm.
Exactly.
Well, I remember when your brother described to me Primus shows back in the day. He was like, Primus is like the meth head in the middle of the circle smoking out of a shoe.
Yo,
Yeah.
it's funny you say that because it smelled like crack.
That's what I hear. That like straight up crack. And
Yeah,
meth
you
there,
know what?
Like,
I-
That was like a
nuggets.
90s thing.
Yeah.
That was more of a 90s
Yeah,
thing.
they were playing with this other band called Mastodon.
Yeah, of course.
Oh yeah, and I think I'm blaming Mastodon for the crack, because
Well, they're doom metal. They're like stoner doom
Okay.
metal.
do crackheads listen to that?
Yeah.
Yeah, right. I
Yes.
guess because you know the smell of crack. I mean it's better.
I've been
if
to
you
LA.
yeah. It's like burning tire and like piss.
Yeah,
dude, I've
terrible.
been to a
Such an
Primus show.
awful smell, man. This is like one of those drugs. It's like, how did you get there? Like, you know what I mean? Oh man, it's just this like
Bad decisions.
Are
and
these
situations,
festivals
probably.
like is Madlib openly drug friendly or not?
I'm on the record as no.
On the record, yeah, that's what I'm asking.
To the insurance companies, it's
the
no
insurance
drugs
companies.
at
No,
all.
yeah, it's no. I mean, obviously, I'm more lenient
Obviously, you're more lenient.
about like certain drugs. You know what I
Mhm.
mean? You know what I mean? I don't like nitrous is a big no. It's goddamn looks.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know what else is my like? Yeah, like if I see any tanks, man, I'm taking your tank.
No nitrous. People
No
huffing
nitrous.
that shit.
Yeah,
like,
no
oh,
nitrous.
God.
Yeah.
I hate ketamine, man.
It's
You know?
it's tough looking at people who are too high on ketamine. You're like,
yeah, you know, this
damn.
obviously, you know.
It's also tough because you're having a festival about liberation and freedom and
yeah,
like,
but I'm
you
no
know?
nitrous. Yeah, it's like
I'm just trying to look. I don't do that. Shit, but
opiates. You know what I mean?
I'm trying to play
Like,
devil's
Yeah.
advocate a little bit because
Yeah.
it's like,
Yeah, well, that's the funny. All right, this is the funny thing about throwing this festival, man, is because it's like it's like a bad liberation. The whole point is like but I have to like step in sometimes to be like, all right, guys, like you gotta fucking cool it. You know?
Well, that's
it's
what
like
you
so
learn,
funny.
I
and
mean.
it's
they're
like,
too liberated.
I'm like understanding because I've really like operated on these principles. You know what I mean? It's like I believe in it, but then it's like it's like all right. There's times where it's like. The more I get involved, the more I'm like,
Right.
all right, like we gotta be cool sometimes, guys. Like there's
also 'cause-
reasons that society is set up the way.
yeah,
it is.
yeah.
You know what I mean?
You learn when
It's
it's
like-
on your head, and then
yeah,
it's
once
like,
like, when
fuck.
it's on your like shoulders, you're like, oh, like each of us actually have to take some personal responsibility
Right, like,
to
people
make
were
sure
yelling
everybody
at
else
me
is okay,
for
right?
sure.
That-
Like it's like,
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
So
funny.
don't be knuckleheads, all
It's
you
funny.
all you
Nah,
first timers.
Have a good time. Just
have a good time.
It's not like do whatever you want at all, right? You know what I mean? Like enjoy yourself by all means. But,
What are you most looking forward to this year?
oh, I mean, I'm really stoked with the music we got coming out. You know what? We got this band Show Me the Body coming to play. This punk band. I'm really.
That's at the top of your to-do list.
Yeah, that's like that's what I'm probably most stoked about, honestly. I don't know. I'm stoked about the whole thing. I was just down there for this festival. They throw festivals there. That's like
yeah.
it's like a festival.
Beard
ground.
Fest, right?
Beard Fest.
Mikey was at that one.
Oh no
Beard
way.
Fest?
Yeah.
Cool.
Beard Fest. Yeah, Medeski, Martin, and Mono Neon.
Oh yeah,
And-
I know mine.
You know?
Cool, yeah.
Really? Yeah,
Yeah.
he's a funny looking dude. He was cool. He was killing it, man.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah. That was just being back on those grounds, man. There's something so special about it. Paradise Lakes is the name of the campground. It's like I'm just excited to be back there. It's an awesome place. The guy who owns it is awesome.
Fuck yeah.
I don't want to.
All good, man. All good.
I don't want to rant too much
so
about
as
it.
we
It's all right.
as we wrap
Yeah.
it up here, John, I'm just gonna ask you one more time for like just a couple plugs. Like, where can people find you on like,
Oh,
Instagram?
Yeah, Instagram. I mean, for the festival, Madlib at MadlibFest, madliberationfestival.com. So we find tickets. after movie, which I'm gonna release as soon as I get out of here.
Okay.
It's done. You'll find all the information there, and you can contact us if you would like.
I mean, you're a character too. So what's your Instagram? Because I know you're a character.
It's at Meal Day in the morning.
At Meal Day in the morning.
That's double E's in Meal Day.
Gotcha.
And meal in the day.
Well, cool, man. Cool. I think it's really interesting that dude, we're the same age, and like we went to the same school, we went to the same track, but like we're just in wildly different parts of the scene. Because I'm involved in the scene, you're involved in the scene, and it's just so interesting that we live in such a small state.
There's so much going on.
So much.
It's crazy.
And such deep niches.
Yeah.
So I'm excited to dive into that
Niches.
in August with you.
Yeah.
And yeah, man, I just want to thank you. I want to say thank you for coming on to the show.
I'm glad, I should have wore sandals, man. I feel.
We're Israeli. All we do is wear
We're just
sandals.
Israelis.
Thanks for having me.
We're just Israelis.
Once like I can wear flip flops, it's like it's over. I don't wear anything
true.
else. It's really that's how it usually is.
Thanks for having me, guys.
Thanks for
It
coming.
feels good. I interviewed people for a long time. It feels good to be on the other side.
Where did you interview people from?
At the radio show at 88.7 at Willie P.
Cool.
If people ever wanted to hear that back, are they still like archived online?
Yeah, they're on Mixcloud. I don't know. You know Mixcloud.com?
I don't, but tell our listeners if they ever want to hear.
Mixcloud.com/meal day in the morning.
There you go.
Okay, there you go.
Consistent.
You'll find all the archives. Is it archive?
Archives.
Archive.
Yeah.
I guess
you like chives. I like them in my face.
It's archive, guys. It's archives, but okay.
The archives. All right.
Yeah.
We'll roll with that.
All right, guys. Thank you for joining us on another episode of the Disconnection Podcast. We've been here today with John Mould. He came in to talk to us about Mad Liberation and a little bit about the experimental scene here in New Jersey. John, again, thank you for coming in. I am so looking forward to going out to Mad Lib this year. It's going to be wild. Ben, please join us. And for everyone out there listening, you can still buy tickets. And you got to buy a parking pass and everything.
Yeah.
Bring a tent.
Yeah.
And thank you for listening in to our show. We cannot do this without you guys. So please leave us a like. If this is your first time checking out the show, please subscribe. Leave us a review on iTunes, the podcast app. We want to hear back from you. We want to know how to make this show better, and we want to make this program better for you. So again, thank you for tuning in. I've been Ori.
And I've been Ben.
And we'll catch you on the next episode of
Disconnection.
Connection. We're doing that. We're doing that.
Yeah, it's fine. I can't even take myself seriously.
I know.